Car on the wrist, all in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears.
Let's go now. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. Ready?
On first down, Dobbins, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
55's my guy, 55. I'm trying to collect.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Down. Ready. Check, 41. Exit.
They'll get this out wide. It's Nelson with it. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Ryan to throw. Benjamin's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan, he gets this one to Johnson. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello is going to find his running back. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, Dobbins. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on third down, Costello got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Costello, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football. There, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the off. Offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Got it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly. In the backfield, down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Check. Look at me. Go.
From the gun, Costello. It's complete to Grant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
60 or.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for the Panthers. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Ryan. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Got him. Right here. 41 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And they're a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Off the play fake. Costello. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Costello. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A throw out wide to QT, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. And incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
I got it. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
On third down, Costello. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jakeem Grant hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
21. Get out.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. He finds his man Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ready, to the ready. Watch Mike. Hey. Check.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Costello. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Yeah. Hey, eat. It's a party now. It's a party now. Yes. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. 22 jet bomber. Let's go.
2nd and 3. Yeah, he's going to have the hook up to QT. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. 1st and 10.
Ready.
On first down, Costello. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down.
On the ready.
59. Mike's 59. All day, just like that. Just like that.
To throw on 3rd down. Costello. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, it's our route. Mike 55. Quit talking about it.
to throw again. Costello. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kiki QT in the final seconds of the first half as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. Caught by Nelson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. That sort of goes without saying. That's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true, because you've got so many different decisions that have to be made. Are you handing the ball off inside, or are you just keeping it yourself? Are you pitching it to your trail guy? And sometimes you get caught in between, and you're a little indecisive on the play, and it turns into the ball on the ground. Fortunately enough, they weren't able to return it for a touchdown.
Ryan going deep for Benjamin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Guard.
What we got? Check. Crunch.
Hey, lock it.
Alert 3.
Snap.
On 3rd down, Costello. Got an open man, it's QT. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Squeeze.
To throw on 2nd down, Costello gets it to his running back, Bernard. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 8.
Hit it.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Topper.
I'm coming after you. Big Ed.
61, matchbox lights. Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
80 weapons. Check out
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Myers connects on the PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Switch it. Let it go.
Another run by Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Shiny Blue 80. Line 25. Hey, let's get off the field.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Ryan. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Hauling it in, Nelson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. All that, it only nets them a yard. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw again is Ryan. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sua Cravens has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush range. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Zoo. Switch. 55 is mine, guys. 55. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he loses the football a second time. And the Panthers have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He gets this one to Johnson. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards to the Panther first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Check the backer. Check the backer. 21.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
Ready. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got a man. It's Brown. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Ready, break.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got playing to catch.
Check 13. Check 13.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Bears, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.